G'day! Today we're going to be breaking the mold a little bit. We're going to be doing two things quite different today. One, we're going to make a front-wheel drive, but using a very not front-wheel drive looking body. But this does actually do front-wheel drive. And two, we're going to be doing a hill climb, but not Pikes Peak. We are going to be doing it on a custom map, which I've been working on for a while. It's just gotten to the point now where the game actually works for a long enough period for me to actually do anything with the game. And I want to show you guys what I've been spending so much of my time on recently. So we're going to start off by making this, like, I want to make the fastest front-wheel drive car, but let's maybe go with something slightly budget. So let's go with fiberglass, space frame, steel, and we're going to make this a part of my PCP brand, is like kit cars and stuff. Front transverse, I think semi-trailing arm, help get that backside slide out a little bit. Do we want a big, powerful engine, or do we want something light, which we could try to extract the most amount of power from? I think we're going to try to go for the small engine, so then we don't have to deal a lot with understeer and bad braking mechanics. So we're going to try to make this quite light. We're going to go with a boxer 4. This one's going to be very, very over square because we want to have a small engine block, but a large displacement. Can we go with a 1.5? Let's see how much power we can get from a 1.5 over square engine. That is a lot of fuel. There's our mixture. 10.6? Oh my god. That is a very small amount of power. Kind of hoping to get more out of this. That'll have to do, and we'll just have to keep this thing up in the highest rev ranges possible the entire time. Now, let's start getting onto the design portion of this car. So, is there much we can fiddle with here? If we can reduce the rear overhangs or the rear wheel weight in any way, that'd be fantastic. But I'm not seeing any option, unfortunately. Well, that's poop. There's only one mold thing on the back? Damn it, that sucks. There's not even anything on the hood. Well, let's move on. Let's see if we can get ourselves a really nice color with a very, very good pearlescent, because that is something that's meant to be in the new game, and let's see if we can bring something like that out. BeamNG was offering so much in terms of their new style thing. So the reason why I want to do a front-wheel drive is because I watched a little bit of LMP-based news type thing, and there was a lot of talk about the Nissan that was front-wheel drive as an LMP car, and that got me really excited to try to do something just really out of this world. And I think we'll go with a slightly soft, high metallic, high pearl content paint. We're going to go with a front-wheel drive, a sequential gearbox, probably a 4-speed. We may probably want more. I don't know what sort of speeds we'll be reaching on this map, as I've never actually raced it before, and it is very bumpy still. We're going to go with an electronic LSD, semi-slicks, and make them nice and big. Can I actually make this any big? I suppose I'd have to widen out the front. There we go. Now we can make the front wheels even bigger. It's so weird to see big wheels and tires on the front and not on the rear. That is so strange. Then a vented on the front and a vented on the rear. We're gonna go with a fully clad. I don't think that there's any ground effect yet as far as what I've heard. No entertainment, hydraulic, ABS, and no safety. And if we hit race, we've got lots of oversteer. So let's make these rear tires really small. Wait, no, really large? Oh, they want larger rear wheels, huh? All right, well, suppose we can widen it out as much as we want. We have even front and rear, and this car still wants to oversteer whilst being a front-wheel drive car. Sure, we'll try to fix that with aero. This gearbox looks trash, so let's turn up the gear ratios and make it a little bit faster. Oh, wow, our 0 to 100 sucks. I really should go with a better power curve, but I suppose it'll just have to do. Well, let's get on to making aero then. All right. So we've done a little bit of a basic blocking and design here. Got ourselves some lovely wings, the exhaust twinned on either side. Let's see what automation says with aero. Well, what the fuck does automation know about aero? Let's go try this out as is. So we're just gonna do a little bit of a quick test with this car. We got ourselves the Goodwood Hillclimb. As you can see that I've used a different map for the selector, which would be, what is that, East Coast USA, I believe? Yeah. And the map modding is super jank in this game. And it's janked out, so I have to reload it. Great! There we go. Much better. Isn't this so pretty and gorgeous? The reason why I'm showing it to you in this condition currently is because I've kind of hit Once again, another roadblock. I can't place trees for the life of me. There's just nothing I can do. So I can't place trees currently. That is meaning that this is basically gonna have to go on hiatus again. I keep having people in streams asking me, oh, how'd you get a Goodwood map? It's like, I didn't get a Goodwood map. I'm making a Goodwood map. And it's taken quite a while. So let's go find our new car. And let's see if the paint is as good as BeamNG says it is. Wait. What? Is that the color we chose? That's not even close to the color we chose. What on earth? Why is it ugly? Oh, you know what? That does look really good with the red on there. As you can see here on the edges and the reflective points, we're actually getting a really nice paint color. But with the blue we selected, it looks like arse. As you can see reflecting off of this highly reflective paint, we've got a very basic sky because for some reason skyboxes are broken as well. Isn't it great? But at least we have a new three-wheeler car. But I do like the paint colors. The paint colors look a lot better. And oh, we've understeered like crazy. And we probably would have gone into a tree or something. So let's retry that. Yeah, we could probably do with bringing that power band down just a smidgen, so then we have a little less jankiness. And bring it around the corner here. Corner one, I would assume. I don't really know a whole lot about Goodwood. I just watched a few cars go around there. I was first introduced to it a long time ago with a few Formula 1 cars back in the day trying to make it up there. It was on TV one day when I was young. And I kind of slightly follow it, but I really wanted to have a good version of the map to race. And I just couldn't find one. And this is really bouncy. Come on. I think we should probably change the suspension back to sporty instead of race, then hopefully it'll deal with these bounces a little bit better, because making the roads flat in this game are a goddamn nightmare. But for the rest of it, it's actually doing pretty well. Nice and smooth power delivery, not a whole lot of wheel spin. So I think changing the suspension and maybe losing a little bit of power wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Okay, well, there we go. That's the edge of the map. And if we keep going, you can see what's next. Nothing. So that's how high the Goodwood map climbs. 100 or so meters into the air. Let's get rid of the flake and the pearl. It should be a much lighter color. Let's go a lot of flake and then only a little bit of pearl and see if that helps out. We have to increase the RPM, which means that I'm gonna have to lose a little bit of stroke. Bring that down to 85 and then increase the bore. So this is going to make the engine considerably bigger and considerably heavier, but let's bring it up to an 1800cc engine. Reselect race on this. Increase that RPM up to, what, 9500 now? 315 kilowatts. We have considerably more power band. I get the feeling that's going to bring up the wheel spin is now at 12%, but it seems that it's through mostly the first 2 or 3 gears. Out of a 7-speed, that's not particularly bad. Now let's just go to suspension and select sport. Now, because I think the car is good, we're just going to design it as is. I don't know. I hate doing taillights. Let's just imagine that those taillights make me happy and move on. There's not really a whole lot to do on this car. We're just going to put on some mirrors now, as you can see right here, and put on some door handles as well. I don't like the front headlights, but I don't want to make custom headlights tonight. It is really late. I should probably also put a fuel cap on here. But the name of the car is also quite unique. I decided to initialize it all. So we got PCP, which is the kit car kind of company name. And then we've gone with FML, which stands for Front Motor Le Mans. So this is meant to be a Le Mans car. We've brought our car back in, and reducing the pearl has seemingly helped this car not be quite so dark. So don't pump up the pearl, because for some reason the BeamNG engine can't deal with it. But this like nice shading of paint there looks so good compared to what it used to. Previously they just looked flat as a tack, really boring. In fact, let me show you one. Are you kidding me? Now it won't come out not chrome? Really? Come on! You can see that the paint looks very, very flat, kind of, you know, monochromatic. Whereas this one, you have this nice shine and sheen coming off of it. Old and busted, new and shiny. I really do like it. We'll hold on to that one for now. We'll compare lap times. Now, I'm not entirely sure how to do this, but I suppose let's just give it a try. Is hot lapping going to work? Yes, hot lapping is going to work, and it is going to give us a good time by the end of it. So I don't know exactly where the beginning and end is of this race, but it's something that I'll work out in the future. And also, I'll probably, in the future, when I'm using this map, have it a lot smoother and probably also sit myself down in the racing sim rig. This doesn't feel like the sort of car on this sort of track that would do really well with just a controller. I probably could knock off a fair chunk of time. Oh god, oh well, we've binned it, guys. It's completely ruined. And that is also a very special part of the track as well. There will be a wall at that section, and you will collide into it, but that comes in the future. Well, that sucked considerably worse than what I was hoping it would. Let's get back onto the track. I don't think there's meant to be trees there, so you would probably just hit into a whole bunch of hay bales or something, and your likelihood of getting back on the track is fairly high. Oh god, that is very bouncy, very unlike what it is really like. I will figure out how to make roads smoother in the future, but for now, I was trying to do everything, and hitting that roadblock with the trees was so bad that I had to just give it a break and just show you guys what I was up to. I am noticing that the performance of BeamNG is a little bit better. It used to glitch under brakes, but now it's just glitching at all times, so not the best thing in the world. But we did do basically a 1 minute. We did a 59-second lap, which is pretty darn good. Now, I believe that this is about 10% smaller than the real map by measurements that I've done. I don't know why it's come out like that, but let's have a quick look at what the actual lap times are on Goodwood. We're looking at like 56s all the way down to 39s with that Volkswagen electric car, which went around and blasted every record in the world. And the one that I almost, oh wow, a 70s Formula 1 car, that would have been on crossplay. So I mean, I'm not entirely surprised, but if we were to add 10% onto my time, that sounds a little bit more like it. This is basically a race car, and with much better technology as well. Let's try this car now. Mr. Wibbly Wobbly, which only one person put a time in for, so I won't be doing that thing I said in the previous video, but let's give it a try. Okay, the timer didn't reset. Let's try that again. Will the timer reset now? Nope, okay, timer is not resetting for some reason, and I suppose that's just to make fun of me. Let's go ahead and stop the timer, end the hot lapping. Really? We have to beat a 1 minute lap time. This car is so much faster. Like, completely different level of car. Oh god. Whew, okay. Let's see if we can keep this car under control at least a little bit. And let's start braking before the rise here. We could go into the first corner. We get around to the second corner, see if we can keep this car under control. Not too much of a power on to start with. A few bumps there, that is my biggest concern right about now. And we have spun it, but we can keep going. Let's try to do a reverse here, good. Okay, well, we were on the, half on the bitch. Could you just turn around, please? Okay. Keep it going, car. Keep it there, okay, there we go. All right, this car is just, it's difficult and dangerous. So there'll be a wall on the inside of that corner there. That's what's in the real thing. But let's push it up here. We're gonna go into the final corner bendy bit, and we're gonna floor it all the way down to the end, and it is faster. Safer? No. Consistent? No. But faster? Yes. Let's see what this new car can do around the automation test track, because I feel that this track was a little bit of a failure. I'm getting a lot of frame lag. I think I might have to turn Ultra graphics off to deal with recording at the same time. We do have it set to Ultra. Let's just switch that down to High for now. God, this game takes forever to do anything. And we're still maxing out at like 42 frames a second. It's not brilliant, if I'm honest. If we just drop this down one more tier, we should be fine. We're now getting about like 40 to 50 frames a second. Awesome, great. The paint looks okay, still the shadows are not quite as good, but let's give this car a proper try around the automation test track. Okay, yep, lots of frame lag there, heading off from the beginning. Let's see if we're getting a little bit of frame lag under braking, but you know what? Not nearly as much as what we used to. And the frame lag seems to be happening all the time, not just in corners. So at least it's consistent, and I can use this to properly race around. The draw distance for grass is really distracting though. If I could just turn grass off entirely, that would probably be really useful. Let's get it turned down for Ban Hammerhead, and we way overshot it. We were going much faster than what we were expecting to go. What were we at, like 300 kilowatts or something like that? That's a lot of power, so I should have not been completely unsuspecting of it. We've accidentally lost the front lip. Okay, and this time going around the Cotswolds, I promise I won't hit the inside curb. Oh, I almost did. Wow, the turn on this car is really nice, and the corner speed feels really good as well. This is actually just a nice, good, comfortable car. There will be a download link to this car in the description, and we are getting a lot of frame lags heading down the back here. Can we go at full speed? 270 kilometers an hour? Nice. I remember when 210 was a good speed for me to go around the slingshot. But let's bring it down to Bohemian Bend. We were able to pull it up in time. We did brake a little bit late and also get offline. I didn't want to swerve around too much. This thing is a little bit twitchy at under braking, but it's not the worst car in the world. And we've also got that, what seems to be like axle hop or something. Very strange. Let's bring it around now. We're going to be coming up to Adam's Apex, and let's see how this car kills it. So it didn't do particularly bad on Bavarian, which is a killer for understeer. And Adams has just annihilated us. Oh, much better through Bohemian Bend that time. But now we're going to bring it down to, what is it, Kilrob Chicane. I'm going to try to brake on the 100-meter board. It's bringing up, and then we get a little bit of axle hop, which is unfortunate, but you know what? Not the worst thing in the world. I don't know if I actually checked to see what our brakes were doing. I wonder if our brakes are good enough, but I don't know. Like, the brakes are really nice. I should check to see what I've done with the brakes. And we're being killed on Adam's Apex again. It just gains so much speed coming out of there. This thing's acceleration on corners is really good. Usually on a car, you have to feather it in some sort of way to stop oversteer. But even if you do oversteer in this car, it's still a front-wheel drive, so it's not going to become chronic and spin out or anything. And we accidentally had to double accelerate there, but we're now down to the back straight. I reckon, with a proper racing rig, I could bring this car down to probably another 10 seconds off of this. I am tempted to try that though, but I get the feeling I should leave that for another video when I push it extremely hard, or maybe do some sort of collaboration with making the fastest front-wheel drive car. But for now, I'll catch you guys next time, and I realize that I left the wheels basic. I'll change that for you guys, and I'll catch you guys next time. We'll start that again. Goodbye.